What's up guys, and welcome to episode number 1 of this Chelsea career mode here on FIFA 17. Feels like we've been waiting an eternity for this game, so it's great to finally have it and be able to crack on. So we're going to jump straight in with this career mode. No boosts or bonuses, not using any of the rewards we've been given for our FIFA 17 achievements. And those of you that obviously have watched my previous videos, follow me on Twitter, etc., know we're going to be starting at Chelsea, where expectation is high, to say the least. You can see domestic success, continental success, and brand exposure all critical. But we've been given a transfer budget of 84.3 million to meet those expectations, an insane amount of money. So the very first task that we have is to select our avatar. I don't want to go full suit because it's too formal, and I don't want to go tracksuit because it's informal. So shirt and tie meets nicely in the middle, and we're going with this guy because I don't know why, but we're going with that guy. Let's move on. Obviously now the settings, we're going to be doing it straight away on Legendary. Obviously it might be difficult, we want it to be hard. We did it on Legendary last year with all the career modes that we've done, so we're going to be doing the same again. Downloading the latest squads, of course, but here's the real kick in the teeth at starting at Chelsea. When you redraw the European group stages with seeded teams, we're obviously not in it. So that is the very first and minimum expectations that I have from this first season here at Chelsea. We need to guarantee Champions League football for next season. So downloading the latest updates, we're going to kick on now. Obviously this bit takes a little while to load, so let's just jump forward. So what you can expect from this episode is for us to just see the board expectations in a bit more detail. Obviously we've done a video recently where we looked at the Chelsea squad, potential ins and outs. We're going to look at the squad a little bit today just to confirm the final details and transfer list any players that we're looking to move on. And then I'm going to make sure there is some gameplay for you guys in this episode, and we're going to play at least one friendly just to get a feel for the game and the formations that we're going to play. So the American Challenge Cup, which is our pre-season tournament, we've got Real Madrid, FC Dallas and Roma in the group. So probably expect us to go through and qualify in second place. Obviously Real Madrid will be the favourites, but shirt sales, obviously a big thing for FIFA 17. One of the newest additions, they want us to earn 170 million in shirt sales. Fine, cool, we'll see. I don't know how achievable that is. We'll obviously see as we go on, but transfer market is now open, we know that. Board expectations, let's have a look. That's what we're going to be targeted upon. Just going through this email, it's quite long. So within 2 seasons they want us to win the Champions Cup, which is basically they're saying qualify for it next year and then win it. So not a lot of leeway, quite a big ask if you're asking me. Obviously qualify for the Champions Cup, that goes along with that initial objective, and win the FA Cup as well. Youth development objectives: grow one youth academy player by at least 5 overall points, play them in 5 matches, well, give them 5 appearances basically, off the bench, in the starting 11, doesn't matter. Brand exposure, like I already said, 170 mil from shirt sales. That's a short-term goal. How we're going to achieve that I don't know, but in the long term, 323 million pounds through media earnings, which is basically competition prize money. That's a longer term goal, and that of course is critical as part of our objectives. Continental success, we've already touched upon that. Domestic success, they want us to win the Premier League title as well. So not asking a lot from us, are they? So squad report then: Thibaut Courtois, Begovic, Collins, Eduardo. 4 goalkeepers, do not need all them. So we agreed, and pretty much everybody was happy for this man, who's valued at 17 million by the way, to be transfer listed, which will leave us Courtois, Collins and Eduardo. Obviously we got Chalobah, Todd Kane, Aina and Ivanovic, all right backs. An area that we need to improve, if you ask me. We need to get rid of Branislav Ivanovic. A lot of you were happy for us to do that and in favour of that. The rest, the youngsters, we can send out on loan for their development. Not short of options this year in the centre-back capacity. Obviously Gary Cahill, John Terry, David Luiz, who the majority of you wanted us to use as a CDM, so we'll be looking into that when we do the formation. Kurt Zuma, Tamori, Andreas Christensen and Kenneth Amaruo, whatever, is out on loan. So they will stay out on loan. Obviously Andreas Christensen is a decent prospect, so maybe next year we'll look to integrate him to the team. Abdul Baba Rahman, obviously out on loan at Schalke, which leaves us with Jay Da Silva and Cesar Azpilicueta, aka Dave, as the other fullback option. So definitely in the market for a fullback or 2. A lot of you guys have suggested some names which we will be adding to the shortlist. Now, CDM options, we've obviously got Nemanja Matic and John Obi Mikel, neither of which, for me, are going to offer us that quality. Matic obviously was a beast when he first came back to Chelsea. Not so much these days, hasn't performed that well. Valued quite highly as well. John Obi Mikel valued at 5.5 mil, but just lacks that real quality that we're going to need to achieve what we need to achieve here in this Chelsea career mode. So possibly transfer list in both of them. We will see. Obviously, in terms of other midfield options, we've got Willian, who can play wide on the right. Juan Cuadrado out on loan at Juventus. We'll look to move him on permanently when that loan finishes. And then we've got N'Golo Kante, who we signed from Leicester. Cesc Fabregas, of course. A lot of question marks over him, but the majority of you that commented on the previous video were in favour of keeping him around, which I'm happy about being a Chelsea fan. I think he will be key. Then we've got Nathaniel Chalobah, Kyle Scott, Marco Van Ginkel, Lewis Baker, who is... I've got high hopes for Lewis Baker. He's been captain of the reserve team for a while in the under-21 squad. He's a good player out on loan at Vitesse, of course. Marco Van Ginkel, I'm just going to transfer list and get rid of. I know he's got decent potential, but for me, not what we are looking for. Now, in terms of left midfielders, Marcos Alonso is listed as a left mid. He's actually a left back. That's why Chelsea have signed him. Pedro, I asked the question what you wanted to see us do with him. Obviously, he came from Barcelona, where he was very, very good, but hasn't really performed or lived up to his expectation at Chelsea. Majority of you wanted us to keep him around, though, which for me probably means we will get rid of Victor Moses, because I certainly will not be getting rid of Eden Hazard. So don't need Hazard, Moses and Pedro all for that left midfield option. Moving forward, Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Oscar. I asked you the question about Oscar. Obviously, him and Fabregas fighting out for that cam position. You wanted us to keep him as well, the majority of you. So neither Oscar or Cesc Fabregas are likely to leave the club. That leaves us with Lucas Piazzon, who's on loan at Fulham. Mason Mount, one of the young players. Not sure, don't know too much about him, to be honest, so he'll probably go out on loan. Jeremy Boga on loan out at Granada, so nothing to do with that point of view. And then looking at our striking options, we've got quite a few. Bertrand Traore, the youngster, on loan at Ajax. He will stay there. Not going to be recalled. Hopefully his development will go well and he can come back next year and play a decent role in the side. Loic Remy is actually out on loan at Palace, even though in real life that loan got cancelled due to injury. So Remy, I am going to leave, probably on loan at Crystal Palace, unless you want me to recall him and then sell him permanently. Let me know in the comments what you want me to do. That leaves Dominic Solanke, Michy Batshuayi and Diego Costa, who is obviously going to be the main man this year. So decent striking options, although I would want another option because Remy will definitely believe in the club one way or another. Also out on loan is Charlie Masonda, highly thought of as a youngster. Obviously you can see he's valued at 9.5 million, just 19 years of age. He's out at Real Betis, which will be good for his development. Last but not least, Christian Atsu, on loan at Newcastle. He will stay there. He will not be he's not part of my plans. So we will probably, when this loan expires, look to flog him on a permanent basis as well. So this is the transfer status updates for the guys we've just spoken about. Lots of the youngsters put on the loan list for one season. I don't want them to really be out any longer than that because I want to take a look, see how they've developed. And the players transfer listed, I'm not going to transfer list Matic to start with, but Ivanovic, Victor Moses, Asmir Begovic, John Obi Mikel and Marco Van Ginkel all transfer listed. And you can see the massive list of players we've already got out on loan. So I've only got 3 names for potential transfer targets so far. These were the ones that cropped up in the comments. Well, Alvaro Morata was my choice here. But when I asked for decent fullback options, we had Alexandro and Jordi Alba pop up in the comments. Now, Jordi Alba, I think, will probably be too difficult for us to sign. Obviously, his first choice at Barcelona, so that may not be possible. However, Alexandro, even though he's valued highly, could potentially be an option. But I want to expand this shortlist. We're going to jump straight into our game against Real Madrid now. But let me know in the comments, so ready for the next couple of episodes, players, fullbacks especially, that I can go in for. Maybe another striker option and maybe another central midfield option as well. So it's time to play our very first game. Taking your suggestions on board again from the previous video. People saying they were sick of the 4-2-3-1 formation. So I'm going to begin this one, even though it's against Real Madrid, which will be an incredibly tough game, with a 4-3-3 formation. David Luiz is going to play as that defensive CDM, just in front of the defence. The aim to get him the ball, because he's an incredible passer with the ball. He's just not that reliable. So hopefully he can lay the ball off to Cesc or Conte, who can drive forward. He's very energetic, of course, in that midfield 3, which I think is very strong. No place for Oscar or Matic in this starting 11, but it is a friendly, so we will be making changes. Front 3, as I said before, very, very dangerous. Not quite Messi Suarez and Neymar standard as yet. But Hazard, Costa and Willian always likely to grab you a goal or two. Cesar Azpilicueta will start left back. Branislav Ivanovic right back. Terry, captain, not dropping him at all, will partner Gary Cahill in that centre-back slot. And Thibaut Courtois will obviously be our number 1 goalkeeper this year. Cahill, Zuma, not sure which one is best to partner Terry, or even David Luiz dropping back in there. Not sure who would be the best partner for JT. We can have a look at that in pre-season. But I'm going to jump into a game now. With it only being a friendly, I'm not going to show you, an incredible amount of detail. Only the real, very key highlights. I will show you more detail for league games, but with it being a friendly, some people sim them. I don't. I like to play every single game. But let's jump in and see how our first game of FIFA 17 goes. Fast-flowing, counter-attacking football is probably what I'm likely to play. Willian has cut inside the defence here. Can he give us the lead? He cuts it back. Conte, what on earth is that for a finish? Real chance to grab our first goal. I don't understand how he's missed that. He's just swiped at it. That is a shocker. Oh, defensive error. And Hazard, can he use his footwork here to get inside? He can. Looks to bend one. And Eden Hazard scores our first goal on FIFA 17. And what a strike it was. Just casual defending from Real Madrid. Hazard pounced and bent it in off the post. It was a real top finish, actually. Good bit of skill there as well to create the space. We've got the lead. Right, so first corner of FIFA 17. Let's see what this is all about. We'll try and drill one into the near post. Fabregas does that. Flicked on by Diego Costa. It's 2-0. There's a little corner routine for you. Lovely. Just a driven cross from Fabregas. Flicked on. Keeper shouldn't be beaten from there. What is Ronaldo going to do here? He runs into JT, but still keeps possession. He's laid it off to Lucas Silva, who finds Casemiro. I'm diving in. I'm panicking. Free kick, dangerous area. Wasn't the worst tackle in the world, but we have been penalised, which means Cristiano Ronaldo, 21 yards from goal, has the chance to get Real Madrid back into this game. But that was an absolute shocker, although the referee has pointed to the penalty spot. I have absolutely no idea why. Branislav Ivanovic has been booked. What is going on here? So I'm in the wall. I've jumped. What? What is that? He's jumped, broken away from the wall, and then taken his own man out. It's been a big bundle. Real Madrid have a penalty. CR7 steps up, hits the post, but it does find its way in just before half-time. Real Madrid have got themselves back into this one. Dubious penalty, though. But a great finish from Ronaldo. You have to give him credit. Courtois goes the wrong way. Even if he went the right way, he's getting nowhere near it. Here's Willian. Turns inside. He's got room for a shot here, Willian. He might have it. He has. And it's found the bottom corner. Immediately after conceding, we've gone up the other end and restored our 2-goal advantage. So he cut inside there. And once I got that much space, there was only one thing on my mind. I could have played it through to Costa, but that was a great strike. Curling away from the goalkeeper. And it just nestled beautifully into that bottom corner. 3-1. Half-time whistle goes. Happy with the first half performance, to be fair. Difficult not to be when you're 3-1 up against Real Madrid. It was a dubious penalty decision, though. Not happy at the way in which we conceded, but we went straight back up the other end and restored our 2-goal advantage. Half-time changes coming up. So this is how we'll line up for the second half. We've changed to a 4-2-3-1 formation. Batshuayi comes on up front in place of Costa. Oscar is going to come in and play in that cam role in place of Cesc Fabregas, and Nemanja Matic replaces David Luiz in that midfield. Nemanja Matic in possession. Chips one over the top looking for Batshuayi. Can he lose the defence? He can. Can he finish and make it 4-1? Oh, yes, he can. That is a beautiful piece of forward play from Michy Batshuayi. His first real involvement. It's 4-1. Good ball from Matic, to be fair to him. He won possession back. Chipped it over the top. That is a great finish. Real Madrid with a chance to put the ball in, which they've done. They've got men queuing up at the back stick. And Karim Benzema will be so disappointed with that finish. Here's Gary Cahill. Good turn from him. Batshuayi looking to make a run again. And Cahill's played him through. Can he grab his second of the game? Batshuayi, yes he can. Chelsea 5, Real Madrid 1. That is clinical finishing as well. Once he got clear of the defence, there was little doubt about the finish. That is absolutely superb. Matic brings it under control. Finds Oscar. Great footwork from him. He's got options to his right. Batshuayi on a hat-trick. Oh, he's at the bloody crossbar. Here's Gareth Bale in possession, but the full-time whistle goes. How's that for your first game of FIFA 17? It's finished Chelsea 5, Real Madrid 1, although it is obviously only pre-season. That's not me. That wasn't me. That was not the man I chose. But it's finished Chelsea 5, Real Madrid won. Unbelievable. So that will conclude the first episode of this career mode, guys. Make sure you drop a like if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are new so you don't miss any future episodes. There will be some more coming very regularly for you. Make sure you also comment on ways that I can improve this. Get your transfer suggestions in, your formation suggestions in, anything. You want to feed it back to me, let me know in the comments. Follow me on Instagram, tweet me, let me know any of those ways. But make sure you like and subscribe, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you episode 2.